Mental Alchemy Applied. How to consciously direct your internal state of affairs. This is a really quick video and technique on how to really create the type and quality of energy that you want to experience life with. Alchemy is the science of transmutation, transmuting one, quality of energy into another, right? Transmuting, let's say, fear into courage, sorrow into joy. How do we do that? And furthermore, this kind of science, applying this in your life on a daily basis, taking command of your internal environment, is the path to sovereignty, where we are no longer ruled by outer circumstances or the things we cannot control, but we are coming back inside and learning to take command of what we can control. What we can control is essentially our mind, our body, and our breath, right? If we can use those tools effectively, we can redirect the orchestration going on in our lives. Let's do this thing, my friends. The two principal techniques when it comes to mental alchemy is neutralization and polarization. Been writing a lot about this in my book that's probably coming out this year in 2021, Mind, Body, Breath. But neutralization is neutralizing essentially what is. It is dissolving back and clearing the waters, right? Oftentimes throughout the day, we're scattered, we're distracted, we don't have the enthusiasm or the will or the motivation to do the things we want to do, or we're feeling anxious or we're feeling emotional, right? We must neutralize the energy that has been building, okay? And we neutralize through breath work and divine detachment. We neutralize through rhythmic breathing, right? Rhythmic breathing, and bring your mind fully in engagement with the breath. You see, when our energy is trapped in lower centers of the body, it's going to spring forth base emotions, base instincts, lust, to eat, like fear, worry, anxiety. But if we breathe correctly and rhythmically, we'll start liberating that energy and stabilizing the life force. When we stabilize the life force, we stabilize the nervous impulses, the nervous system. When we stabilize the nervous system, we stabilize the mind and the thoughts, right? So neutralization is that breathing practice accompanied with a meditation on divine detachment, just letting go and just coming back to the seer. It's about learning to identify with what is behind the seen world of changes, where there's gain and loss, success and failure, pain and pleasure and all these things, and just learning to witness it and love it all. Identify with the spirit dancing behind it all. When we do this, we come into something I call the space of creation. This might take you 1 minute, it might take you 10 minutes, right? But you come into the space of creation. The space of creation is when we're clear, when we're energized and harmonized within, right? And we have harnessed our willpower through breathing so that we can direct our internal state of affairs. And if we learn to master the world within, right, the outer world will come to reflect however we choose to order our internal world, as within, so without, as the Hermetic axiom goes, right? So neutralization, now polarization, right? So we're breathing into that clear state. Polarizing is about placing yourself, fixing yourself at the polarity, at the active pole in which you want to possess. Let's say you're trying to create a mental condition of poise, of calm, right? You can fix in your mind the image of being poised and calm, the ideal image of how you are. Imagine how you are and cultivate an attitude around that, right? And breathe into it. You see, attitude is the quality of energy in which you are creating, right? So breathing into that attitude and fixing in your mind the active polarity in which you want to embody, and breathing into it. If we want to get into the flow state for creative work, we can visualize and fix in our mind ourselves that's fully engaged, that's confident, that's flowy, right? And we'll get into that flow state, and we can breathe into that image and polarize ourselves at that polarity. Another example of this is if you're in a state of fear, right? You can imagine your most courageous self. You can start breathing into the attitude of courage, right? You can hold your body as if you were in that place of courage, that countenance of fearlessness per se, right? And you polarize yourself at that active polarity through using your body correctly, placing your mind, fixing that image in your mind, and cultivating that attitude, cultivating that feeling. You see, intention, moving forward is very powerful, and intention is about the feeling you are creating about life, the experience you want to have. It's all about how you are, right? So that's polarization. So by using these two principles, you can literally direct your internal state of affairs to wherever you want to be. If you want to be confident, in the flow state, if you want to engage with life in a new way, start a hard project, go within and direct your internal state of affairs accordingly. This is Reality Files. I'm Kristian. Thanks for being here. If you want to talk to me one-on-one or get involved with the Breathwork Intensive Training Program, link in the description below where you can apply.